Well, now we bring you the latest from Jammu and Kashmir and the devastating floods there. The Chief Minister has today announced financial and other assistance to those hit by the disaster, including 100 crores each to the Jammu region and the Kashmir Valley, as well as the supply of free ration for the next 6 months. 137 relief camps, he says, have been set up by the government in the valley alone, with 1 lakh people in them. He also said that the final number of dead, which currently stands at 200, is not clear, which means that once flood waters completely recede, we could see a much higher death toll. Rescue and relief work has been stepped up in Srinagar, but there is concern about villages and what is happening there. My colleague Sunetra Chaudhary, in fact, sent us this report from Srinagar itself about how families are coping at this time of crisis.
Wading through the by-lanes of the Shah Anwar colony of Hyderpura, we encounter residents who are getting used to living underwater. The corner shop is water battered, the walk to the shop now replaced by a boat.
So it's been a week now since this area, which is the Hyderpura area, colony of Srinagar, it's one of the posh upmarket colonies, and we wanted to see how families are coping, just having water and being cut out of the ground floor altogether. So the Dagar family who live here, they've said we can come into their home and see how they are coping. So we'll just see that. Remember, they've been like this, in this much water, for the last 1 week now. And as you can see over here, as soon as we come in, we see how much damage there must have been, because the first thing I see as we enter is the sofa, the TV sofa. Ye aapka living room ka sofa hai?
The Dagar family hasn't left their home since last Saturday, stranded on the first floor of their 2-story home. The older couple and their 2 sons stayed back, while their children and wives left for safer ground.
The children, where they've gone, there's floods there as well.
Yes, there is also a flood.
There's also flood there.
चावल भी डूब गया, सब चीजें में घर की सामान है ना, वो सब डूब गया. चावल भी हो, तेल भी, सब स्टोर भी है ना बाहर, सारा गया.
Their washing machine was damaged while they desperately moved up, saving the fridge. But there has been no electricity since the deluge.
बस ये राशन नहीं, ये खांड है, राशन उतना.
हाँ, ये राशन.
ये बाकी है.
बिल्कुल.
The Dagar family isn't the only house. The neighbours are also all hit. The entire neighbourhood now waits for the water to recede, but the wait is agonizingly slow.
एक ही स्टोर है ये इस कॉलोनी को हैंडल करने के लिए, तो ये पूरा डैमेज हो गया है पूरे कॉलोनी को, लोगों को.
And even while they've lost a lot, they certainly haven't lost their old world hospitality.
Now, that's the best thing about going to an Indian home. The fact is, their home is flooded, their first floor is damaged, most of the things are damaged, but people come into their homes and they want to give them tea. Chai nahi piyenge. They want to give you tea even when they have nothing and their entire house is damaged. No. Thank you. Aapne bola.
Well, from donating cash and material to their time, India has really come together to help those hit by Jammu and Kashmir's worst floods in more than 100 years.
We collected all sorts of stuff, that is clothes, eatables, medicines, candles and matches.
Help is pouring in for the flood affected in Jammu and Kashmir. This consignment part of a 3-day collection drive by a girls' college in the capital, arriving at a sorting centre run by Gunj, one of the several NGOs which is helping with flood relief. Many donating warm clothes, medicines, milk powder and even toys for children.
Our team is a small team. Our own capacities are limited. But when we make an appeal to the masses come up in a very big way.
The NGO says that its priority to try and ensure that only those things which are most urgently needed are sent first. India, in fact, getting together, contributing whatever they can to try and help mitigate the suffering of those who are held up in the floods in J&K. Connecting the dots is where tech expert Surendran Balachandran comes in. The senior campaigner for a leading advocacy website was moved by the images of the scale of devastation and suffering. Balachandran helped to set up jkfloodrelief.org, a website with a team of 15 volunteers across the world.
बड़ी संख्या में लोग फंसे हैं क्योंकि एग्जैक्ट फिगर इस समय बतला पाना किसी के लिए संभव नहीं है. हमारा लक्ष्य केवल इतना ही है कि जो बाढ़ से पीड़ित हैं उनको अधिकतम राहत कैसे पहुंचाई जा सके.
And while Jammu and Kashmir has yet to even begin the process of counting the full cost of nature's fury, support for those hit by the tragedy continues to pour in from across the nation. With Bureau Inputs, Siddharth Pandey for NDTV.
Well, it really is incredible the way people are coming forward with their donations and with whatever help that they can give. Rahul Verma of the Uday Foundation, with whom NDTV is working with, in fact, to get relief material to Jammu and Kashmir, joins us, in fact, tonight from Srinagar. Rahul, tell us what you have seen on the ground. We know that a lot of relief is going there, but is it actually going to people who need it? I mean, I believe there's still a problem in just getting things out to people who need the material.
Hi Nidhi, we were sending this, we have already sent around 7 tons of material here. Air India is helping us out. So initially these were for the hospitals and the small non-profits and all. Right now we are having almost 30 tons of material ready in Delhi. That includes 50,000 water bottles, medicines and everything. So today we were on the ground and really situation is really very sad and things are there. So we are in touch with, I'm at Air Force Station only. We had a word with the Air Force. So they are dropping this water bottle. So we are just checking how they are packing the material. So we are getting this same thing done in Delhi. And other thing is that they have a station in Palam, and the things are reaching very fast from Delhi to this base. So my point is the other thing was that we can put the material to Palam and it can reach, and they are airdropping the same thing. And while just when we were landing at Srinagar, we saw everything. So I was not able to recognize the place. So the things are getting to the people. Yeah, it is taking time and it will take time. So but this thing has to continue for a longer time. That's because right. Still so many people are there rescuing. Yeah.
No, and as you said, you're saying it is getting to people. It's taking time, but it's getting there. And I guess the fact that you still had many parts of the city inundated is a problem. But Rahul, what is it that is most urgently required right now? I mean, if you were to tell people 3 things, people want to send things. Now, you also don't want to be clogged with too much relief material that you don't need right away. So, what is it that you need right now?
They want food, but the problem is that they want a food which can sustain for a longer period of time. So when you give the water bottle, that has to be properly packed. So my suggestion till now would be the tents, the blankets, the medicines, the things you are giving, that is fine. And one more thing I would like to tell your viewers: when you are giving material to any non-profit, you said about Goonch or Uday Foundation or JK Relief Fund, just pack the same thing properly and mark label the same thing with the stuff it is containing, and if possible also write about the weight of the material. So when they are sending the same thing to the airport or the cargo, so it is very easy for them to understand. And Nidhi, another thing what I have seen at the airport and all, the people are coming, individuals are coming. I said so many young boys were coming and they were having their packets of their own and they were going to the public, and it is a very awesome thing for I'm seeing out here by the volunteers from all over the India,
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that, because there are people like you who are doing an amazing job going into these disaster zones every time. Unfortunately, something happens. You guys are there on the ground. You were there in Uttarakhand so prominently as well. So but there are just regular folks who've just gone there. I know a lot of Kashmiri friends who've just taken time off from work, and they've just gone there and they're working on the ground.
It is amazing, when you even come out of the airport, there are so many people who are waiting to leave Srinagar. They are in the open and there are some shelters also. So, they can even start helping these people out from that area. And it is a very safe place. I'm here. There is nothing like it. We are going to flooded area. And in the flight, there was almost 20-25 people were there. And 17 to 18 were the volunteers. And best thing is that they doesn't belong to any non-profit or any group. They were individuals. 2 friends are coming and, it is only costing them 3,000 rupees from Delhi to Srinagar. Even if they start at 5 o'clock and they can go back to home easily by helping this out. This is the message we want to spread. We all should be together in this time. Government is doing amazing. The central government is doing amazing job. Army, I was surprised and stunned to see this kind of a thing. So it is a time that we all should come together and do whatever possible if we can.
All right, but Rahul, thank you so much for joining us and thank you for your efforts there. I'm glad to at least hear that finally relief is reaching people. It may be slow, but it is getting there, and you're doing really an amazing job in getting that to them. Thank you so much for joining us.
One more thing, Nidhi, it is your viewers, your people. They are doing the amazing job. It is our duty to work over here.
Now, I would like to thank everybody, in fact, who's logged on to our website, who's been looking at the placards we've been putting out and donating very, very generously. And please do keep doing that, because there are different things that will be required over the next few days and weeks. And in fact, there are celebrities as well, movie stars and others who are also trying to do what they can for flood relief in Jammu and Kashmir. Actor Varun Dhawan is one of them. I spoke to him earlier today. Varun, you're doing your bit by organizing relief for the flood-hit Jammu and Kashmir. Tell us more about what exactly you're doing.
Basically, I think I've been reading a lot of news reports. I've been seeing it on TV about the situation, interacting with a lot of people. A friend of mine, Shakun Batra, was stuck over there as well. And it's probably the worst natural catastrophe that's taken place in the valleys in the last 109 years or so, if my data is correct. And just seeing the images and stuff and visited that place, it's such a beautiful place. It really hurts me as an Indian to see that people are suffering so much over there. And whenever in India, I think such things happen, we always go out there and we do something about it. So I think this has happened in yet another part of our country, and as an Indian, I think all of us have to go out there and try and do something to help our fellow Indians.
Varun, can you tell us more about how exactly you're raising these funds and how people can help?
Basically, I got in touch with this NGO called Keto. A friend of mine works over there as well. It's a fundraising site, so they get in touch with the NGOs and they raise funds. So Keto is in touch with Care India, which is on the ground staff over there. So they have these kits, these survival kits that have a lot of basic amenities to survive when you're in the area over there, like water, food, mats, disinfectants, toothbrushes, toothpaste, just stuff, general stuff that you need if you need to survive for at least a month or something like that if you're not at home. So each kit costs around 5,000 rupees. So what I'm trying to do through social network is trying to raise funds to provide kits to as many people as possible, and we've already raised close to 2 lakhs, and I mean that's around I don't know how many kits, 50-60 kits. So the amount keeps increasing every day, and it's I wouldn't even call it charity or anything. It's a way that people can just contribute towards the well-being of someone by providing them with a kit. So
that really is quite incredible. I mean, how much do you expect to actually raise, and are a lot of people coming forward? A lot more people?
To be very honest, I'm not alone in this. As far as I've heard, Mr. Hrithik Roshan and Abhishek Bachchan, a couple of these people have also been involved with Keto. So I think together, I think we are a family who's trying to raise these funds and trying to reach out to people as much as we can. And I think overall, I think this initiative we would like to raise close to 1 crore or more if we can.
You did mention Hrithik Roshan, Abhishek Bachchan also contributing there. Do you think though that Bollywood can do much more for the flood relief efforts?
I think everyone could do more, yeah. Why not? Everyone. I mean, if I ask a given person at a time that do you have 50 rupees to spare, or do you have 100 rupees or 500 rupees to spare, everyone would. But that little bit makes so much, you know. And I think we are sitting here in Mumbai very happily, safely with our families, and not realizing what these people are going through over there. So I just feel that everyone, not only the film fraternity, but I think every industry, every person, if you have a little bit, please go out there and contribute, because that little will make a big difference to other people.
And finally, Varun, you spoke about your own link to Kashmir. I guess that's what makes you identify perhaps more with the people and what they're going through today, because you have spent some time there.
That's true. I think having visited the place, and I actually shot a song for my first film over there, so I felt very deeply for the cause. And when I saw it, my parents went there for their honeymoon as well. So I think Kashmir, I think, it's simple, yeah. It's a part of my country, and it's in trouble. And I mean, if any other place, when we hear about when the Uttarakhand floods had happened, the film fraternity did something for it. So why any different? You know, we have to do something for it, and the matter is really serious. So.
Well, Varun Dhawan, thank you so much for doing what you're doing for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. It is highly appreciated. And for people out there who still want to continue to help, and please remember that the state needs all the help that it can get. So this is what our effort is with the Uday Foundation. This is what is required. You can see the key items that are needed there on your screen. So if you get those, pack them well, send them across to the addresses. You can also log on to our website for more details if you just want to take a closer look. There's also the Prime Minister's Relief Fund, the Chief Minister's Relief Fund. There's separate funds in which you can also send your checks to. So all the details on every possible option that you have to send your relief to, whether it's monetary or otherwise, all those details are on our website and you can log on and check those out. Thank you so much for joining us on the program tonight. We'll see you all again on Monday. Good night.